All right, we've got some crazy stuff to go over today. And if you're wondering why my voice sounds a little bit off, it's just because I am recovering from a cold. But yeah, that's really why it sounds off. So hopefully it's not too bad. But y'all gonna love this one today, cause woo boy, this one is all right, so let's just cover all our bases first. So Billie Eilish was in a Variety article, and so it's actually blew up really big on Twitter. And the article headlines as this, at least the one on Twitter. So it says here that nobody ever says a thing about men's bodies, says Billie Eilish. If you're muscular, cool. If you're not, cool. If you're real thin, cool. If you have a dad bod, cool. If you're pudgy, love it. Everybody's happy with it. You know why? Because girls are nice. They don't give up. And because we see people for who they are. Okay. Now, if this comes off as like extremely like disconnected because I mean for God knows how many reasons, then yeah. It seems that Billy seems to not understand that regardless of this whole body positivity movement and all that or whatever, at least in the context of now, first of all, the internet, no matter who you are, is ruthless. No matter how well you look, you could be the most like muscular guy, and people will find jokes for you, anyways. You could also be the most fat guy, and you could also be made fun of. It goes both ways as well. Now, obviously, if you're more conventionally attractive, it's a bit harder for people to come up with insults, but people will come up with those regardless. And I'm just gonna say this right now: the people who I've heard give some of like the worst insults, the worst like beatdowns, like the worst teardowns of character, has not been men. It's ironically been women. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, that shade is entertaining to listen to. I mean, woo! You ever listen to like girl talk for like 5 minutes? You're like, yo, this is getting crazy. Or they'll be like, oh my god, did you see what she was wearing? Ugh, it looks terrible on her. She should probably toss it in a trash bag. Like, you hear stuff like that, and that's me being generous, by the way. So, I just find it interesting that, in my experience, and I don't know if it's for everybody else, but I would say that women can be some of the most vicious people I have ever met. And while it's entertaining, when it's about you, it tends to not, um, it's not as fun. Also, I'm gonna say this much as well. I feel like we should really promote more like healthy options. Like being anorexic is not healthy, and same with being overweight. It's literally scientifically proven that if you are overweight or you are anorexic, you are going to suffer from some serious health problems. And also, put in perspective, who do you know has made it to like 80, 90 being overweight? Not that many people. And you have places like in the black community, you have a rampant amount of diabetes going on due to obesity. And so the question is that who's really okay with this? Because I don't see anyone who is. And though the ironic part is, Billie Eilish has been caught shaming people for their looks as well. I'm gonna just roll this clip because honestly, I just find it really funny.
Why is every pretty girl with a horrible looking man? I don't understand. Listen, I'm not shaming people for their looks. You give an ugly guy a chance, he thinks he rules the world.
That she's the one saying this. So it's just in my opinion, I find it interesting that she said this, but while she's also an advocate for body positivity as well, or she's saying that girls see you for who you are and they don't give a fuck. So the question is, where's the where's the connection here? Well, oh my goodness, I just find that a lot of people, at least especially celebrities, they kind of just open their mouths and they don't understand what's actually coming out of their mouths. Because, like I've said before, I have seen both from both men and women, but some like the most vicious attacks on like people's bodies is not always from one particular camp. And not everyone's okay with body types. There's a reason why we have stuff like preferences. Hey, preferences exist for a reason. Some people like fatter or more thicker people, and some people like people more skinny. So you're gonna tell me that everybody just accepts that for what it is and people don't have preferences? That makes a whole lot of no sense at all. That's what that is to me anyway. So I just find that it's very it's kind of dishonest. And I'm sure that Billy over here has had her own history with like this whole idea with like body dysmorphia, because it's actually, especially when you see beauty standards for some people, it's really, some of it's really high, especially for women. Oh my goodness. I mean, BBLs and like tummy tucks, like the new in thing, or like breast augmentations. Like you have all of this going on, and people, because people are trying to uphold a particular image of themselves, and that's something that people will always struggle with, no matter man or woman. And especially when you get bombarded with social media all the time about how ideally people are supposed to look, even though sometimes it's a mixture of roids or BBLs or whatever it is, you end up getting self-conscious about those things. So then you ask yourself, man, I don't look good enough. Maybe I should work out more. I should do this. Maybe I should augment. I should do this and that. Get injections. All of this jazz, which, which, like I said, affects both genders. So I just find it's just interesting that. Also, she said talk about ugly men, which is really ironic. And in my opinion, anyone who says that is just like, you know what? They had an ugly guy like mistreat them once. Like, you know what? I gave him a chance and I could have done better. That's what it comes across as to me. So, so yeah, I'm not shaming people for their looks though, but I am. Yeah, good work. You really are the proponent of body positivity. And it also goes to show that, like, yo, sometimes you just gotta shut up and just don't talk. Oh my goodness, makes no sense. And then I remember for the longest time too, she was the one who was wearing like oversized tees and stuff like that because, yeah, I think we all know why, but I'm just saying. So I just find it interesting that she says this, but it just completely misses the mark like entirely. So nobody is safe from being like ridiculed and like being made fun of for how they look. It's everybody does it to everybody. Okay, it's not even a surprise here. And I will say this: if you were making the argument that it's harsher on women, I would actually be inclined to agree with you. Like I would be 100% your kid. But when you say stuff like, "Oh, they don't give a fuck," yeah, that's a whole lot of BS. I mean, some of the most vain people can be women, and it's not even a gender thing. It's just the fact that she's not really understanding what she's talking about. This is why I'm so. Oh my god, this is why this like makes me scratch my head and be like, what are you saying? Oh, like people should honestly just stick in their own lane and say, listen, if you make music, just make your music and call it a day. You don't have to go into body positivity and this and that. And it just to me comes across as like you're just trying to like PR into it. Because for me, if you are really body positive, you're also going to enforce the fact that maybe people should be trying to promote more like healthy habits, okay? Because when Rick Ross is out here fat on his couch, okay, yeah, this is a meme, like that's like him being fat and this and that. But if Lizzo's doing it, it's empowering. No, it's super ironic with Lizzo because she had that whole scandal where she was fat shaming her own dancers, which she picked and she wanted them to be plus sized. How does that make any sense? So I just find it interesting that these body positive people always end up missing the mark in their positivity. Oh gosh. But yeah, no, this just doesn't make any sense at all. Like, is she high? Maybe she was high when she did this interview or whatever. Jesus Christ. Anyways, but like I said, to me, this statement just comes across as just simply ignorant and out of touch. Because holy crap, I really cannot believe she said that. And then there's clips of her out there saying, why would you see like a pretty girl with a horrible looking man? I'm not shaming anyone for their looks, but I am though. I mean, yeah, that should be like a sound clip from me. Like me just saying that over and over again. You know what? Let's make it a sound clip. But, oh my gosh. All I will say is this, okay? I'm going to try to end on a more wholesome note, right? I say, accept with what you're given, all right? And then, see what you can work on and go from there. I'm just going to end off with that one because, oh my God, that at least sounds so much better than whatever the hell she said. And to me also, it feels like she's ignoring a lot of the issues that comes with this whole like body dysmorphia. She doesn't talk really about social media pushing this out there or like celebrities that look up to these people talking about like that, or that people look a certain way, even though, there's thousands of stuff people buy to make themselves look better. But regardless, Yeah, no, she really missed the mark on this one. I mean, wow. I mean, wow. How are you so stupid and so out of touch at the same time is beyond me. And if you really want to be body positive, like I said before, and if you really want to help people in this aspect, you should really cover the actual issues that go on with this stuff and actually try to promote, better options on how to maintain your health. But yeah, that was a crazy one to me. Ugh. I don't want to ever see something like this trend again because wow. Whoa, wow. Woo. Yeah. So, anyways, with that being said, and I'm basically done with this topic. Ugh. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow my socials down in the description below, and leave a dislike if you want to. You're free to do as you please. But remember, guys, let's stay body positive. And, I'm not shaming anyone for their looks, but I am, though. Anyways, ciao for now.